Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So we got a little snippet from Miss Cardi, and I'm gonna let you hear the stuff that she has to say. And it was interesting because Miss Cardi, for real,
bitches that don't have nothing, they have to tolerate everything. Like these bitches, like if a nigga do some fuck shit, and the next day the bitch is gonna answer the phone. You do some fuck shit to me, I'm putting you on fucking yellow, nigga. You on this. This is where you at. This is where you at. If you fuck up on ice, nigga. And I feel like niggas don't take that. Like I said, I know a guy that he literally bitches that don't have nothing, they have to tolerate rich motherfucker. And he literally told me to my face, I'd rather deal with 7 and 8 than a 10. They literally told me that shit in my face because they just like one little thing and they're off. Like one little thing is like they just don't feel like they gotta compete. They gotta feel like they're already picking. And it's crazy that this how men are feeling. This is crazy. Rich
now
motherfucker. And he literally
let me just read this part too. So this was not what the live was about. This was about how men are intimidated of women that make their own money because they're not as easy to control. And how a man told me why he rather date 6 and not 10s. Y'all want to make it about me so people can bully me. No, Cardi, it's
told
not
me to my
about
face.
it's not about trying to bully you. But these people get on here, celebrity and non-celebrity alike, and they say some of the most egregious foolishness that you ever wanted to hear. First off, you got to be mindful of the message depending on the messenger that you are. Cardi, didn't Offset have several public indiscretions with other women while y'all was married? Wasn't that rather public? Like it wasn't even, he was doing stuff behind closed doors and it was, incognito, and he was doing his thing, but it wasn't for the world to witness, yada yada yada. And you didn't put him on ice. You didn't put him on ice. You didn't put him on ice. Secondly, Miss Cardi B is not a 10. She's not. Prior to any enhancements that she has done to her face and or body over these years, notwithstanding the regular Cardi, I remember Cardi before all of that, and she was an average looking girl, not ugly, but not considered a baddie, just a regular looking chick, you know, just a regular looking chick. One of them chicks is you put some makeup on her and she looked better and stuff like that. She was one of those. She was like a good 5 or 6. That's what Cardi was. And that's just to be honest. She had a nice body. She had a nice body before, like the surgery. She didn't need the surgeries. She actually didn't need the surgeries. Because I remember her on the reality show, and her body was nice because she was a dancer. So let's just be clear there. Naturally, Cardi's not a 10. You understand? She has done all of these things. She's got money now. So now naturally she thinks she's a baddie and she thinks she's in that realm. And to a certain degree, she is in that realm according to that world. Now, to remove it off of Cardi herself, to remove the focus off of her, let's talk about the disparity and the difference between the so-called six and sevens and the nines and tens. And before I go to looks, before I even go to that, let's talk about what she said in the little post. That it was more so about a whole money situation and how women were not as easy to control if they had their own money. I'm gonna say this. I'm actually me myself as a content creator who makes content revolved around relationships, revolved around femininity, revolved around feminism, revolved around all these things. I'm tired of these kinds of conversations be about, well, men are intimidated about the money and women can't be controlled if they have their own. And, a man rather go with a lesser looking woman because she's easier to deal with than a better looking woman. And if a woman is better looking, she must be better. And I'm sick. The reason I'm sick of the way in which these conversations are held is because they are held only in a space where women are trash. It's held in the lost value system, is what I'm saying. The conversations themselves are held in a way where this is the basis for the conversation. Everybody that's in the lost value system. And so when you have these conversations where everything is in the lost value system, all of those conversations make sense. Because women do be trash. They do be just, wanting men for their money. They will sell themselves. They will go to the highest bidder. The tens do really feel entitled to your money and entitled to a certain lifestyle. And they feel like, only the richest men should be paying attention to them. And, only in a lost value system you get situations where women of all socioeconomic statuses will break their marriages because they quote unquote don't feel happy and there's nothing really going on, the misandry that's rampant and all of that type of stuff. The reason that I'm saying it like this is because in a real woman's mind, this is irrelevant. This, whether or not I've got money in my pocket, is irrelevant to a real woman, to a lioness that's about her lioness business. This is irrelevant. First of all, because we gonna have money in our pocket regardless. That's number one. Number two, it's irrelevant in terms of my submission, my obedience to my purpose in my marriage with my husband has never been dependent upon the money that was coming in or not coming in. It's never been dependent upon that. That's not the deciding factor. That's not the determining factor. We're easier for men to deal with, not because we ugly and we can't get no better, not because we broke and we can't figure out how to manage life without a man coming along to rescue us from your very adult situations, your very common adult situations, such as paying for yourself. our womanhood, our wifehood, all of those things. My apologies. All of those things have nothing to do with why we are submissive, why we do what we do as women. We're not afraid that we can't get a man. We have them. That's not the fear. In point of fact, we're not fearful of anything. We're easy to deal with because that makes life easier. We're easier to deal with because we want to be in the relationships with the men that we're in relationship with. We want them. We like them. We love them. We love them. Not dependent upon, oh, he didn't pay my light bill. Oh, he didn't take me to this restaurant. Oh, he didn't get my nails done. Oh, he didn't do this and he didn't do that and he didn't pay this and he didn't pay that. And everybody likes to say, oh, well, you must mean that, oh, he can just have nothing. We didn't say that either, because I don't even want to be with a man that doesn't want to do anything. Not because I benefit, but because the person that walks around life that doesn't do anything for themselves, they can't help themselves. That's a different kind of person. That's the kind of person that I cannot submit to, because what is he doing with himself? Do you understand? The type of individual that doesn't want to do anything but stand on the block all day does not have spiritual development, because the Most High didn't tell you to do that. It's the components of the person that's getting the result. Just like a super obese woman tells a man about what's going on in her head. Okay, the obesity might not be physically attractive, but that's not all. That's not the whole thing. The bigger picture is, what is it about this woman that's got her this way? There's something happening that I don't want to be a part of, because she's probably depressed. There's some other things happening that's getting that result. And as a man, I don't want to be with a woman where I have to uncover and discover all of these different things that's going on with this woman that's got her to be physically unattractive. She's having a problem loving her. How she gonna love me? She having a problem supporting herself. How she gonna support me? She's having a problem dealing with her health. How she gonna deal with mine? She's having a problem already. Do y'all even get what I'm saying? Do y'all even understand what I'm saying? When women is on their lioness business, this isn't about the lifestyle that my husband can provide for me and he got to be rich and he got to do this and he got to do that. Because we've seen beyond what finances he has to see the man that he is. And that is what we're judging and vetting and trying to make sure that we actually can submit under, because I can't submit under $1. I can't submit under that. No lioness can. Can't submit under the dollar, because the dollar change. His dollar's gonna go up. They might go down. You can't submit under the dollar. It's too fickle. It's too flimsy. It's not that lionesses would go and get a homeless bum. Oh, because I want to say money don't matter. It's not the money. The reason why a lioness would not go and get a bum is because she can't be the leader in that relationship. He has to be. And if he's already a bum on the street, then he has not led himself. Him being a bum, him being homeless, him being completely broke is just the result of that. We know that. It's other factors. And those other factors that have led him to that point, that's what we're looking at. That's why we wouldn't be with him. Because there's a difference between somebody just being broke right now and being impoverished. Broke is a condition of your pocket. Anybody can get broke. That's just like, man, if you miss too many paychecks, you're going to be broke. But you don't have to be impoverished in your mind. That mindset, it's the mindset that give yield to all the other things. So when these conversations are had, they're always had from a whore's standpoint. And I'm not necessarily saying Cardi's a whore. I'm saying it's always had from these superficial hyena standpoint. I've never seen a group of women so concerned about the so-called character and integrity of men and quote unquote cheating and what they're not going to put up with. I've never seen a group of women so low on character and integrity be so worried about somebody else's character and integrity. And once again, I end this off with returning back to something that I said before. And I know I kind of ranted, but that's the way it is today. It take a certain kind of woman to do sex work at any point in her life. Any kind of sex work, stripping, actual prostitution, on the blade, whatever the case may be. And we know Cardi's history. It take a certain kind of woman to do sex work and be cool with it and be proud of it. And that kind of woman, what the things that it takes to be that kind of woman can never speak on lioness business. Never. Can never speak on what it means to be a wife, can never speak on what it means to be a woman in this world for real. And what we really do and how we really operate and why we really make the decisions and choices that we make. We easier to deal with because that's the character that we choose to have and live. We fear the Most High. We do our best to follow those commands. We do our best to follow the principles. We do our best to have integrity. We do our best to have good character. We do our best to that. And we're not perfect, but we try. And it actually makes me angry because all of these chicks out here that have no concept of that always got the microphone. You know what? Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, is the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye bye, Crimsonites.